Hello everyone, welcome to today's webinar session. So in today's session, we are going to look into what is enterprise and community. So basically what is the difference between this enterprise and community. So most of the users have many doubts regarding this version. So what is the difference between this enterprise and community? So what is the benefit of using this enterprise over community, etc. So in today's session, we will be covering all these topics. So before going into the session, let's see today's agenda. So today's main agenda is like benefit of Odoo. So what is community version and what is enterprise version? And what is the difference between this community and enterprise? So what is the benefit you will be getting if you are going with the enterprise editions? And the last one is, so which will be more benefit? How to select the Odoo enterprise or the community version for you? So based on your need, we will be discussing on that one. So before starting the session, let me give you a brief introduction about Cybrosys. So Cybrosys Technology is one of the leading partner in Odoo, silver partner in Odoo, and ISO certified company established in 2008. We have showcased many successful projects in Odoo, that too in all major business domains. Till date, we have served almost 160 plus countries and all 1000 plus satisfied customers. Our office locations are located in India. So in India, we have 3 places and in UK. So our main services are Odoo implementation, Odoo customization, and training, etc. So why you have to select Odoo? So what is the benefit of Odoo? So Odoo is an open source, which we have almost already 5+ million users in enterprise editions. So when we compare with the community, this will be 4 times higher than enterprise edition. So let's see the benefit of Odoo. So what are the benefit of Odoo? So Odoo is an all-in-one ERP solution. So from ERP to CRM, e-commerce to website, everything is available. So this will gradually benefit for the user who are starting with Odoo, because at the time of initial stage, you can just start with some basic application like CRM and sales, etc. So whenever your company is growing, you can just add on the apps based on your needs. For example, in future, like when you want to add some website or e-commerce to your ERP, you can just add. Again, there you can also add the users, etc. So there is no limitation in this. So it is one of the main benefit of Odoo, which is not available in most of the ERP. Then no vendor locking or dependency on the vendor. So it is not if you are using Odoo, so it is not there is no dependency on the vendor. So it is not a mandatory to strict with the vendor. So you can just have, whenever if required, you can change the vendor. The next benefit of Odoo is open source. So as you all know, there are many benefits when compared with the open source. So being an open source project, the application is constantly upgraded by the Odoo developer community, assuring its constant growth. So normally there are plenty of community developers who normally provide their development or contribution to the community. So gradually, so error fixing, this type of things will be fixed, and new apps or new features will be added. So there is a constant growth in that one when compared with the other repository softwares. Low cost. As you know, there are 2 editions, and one is the community edition, which is freely downloadable. And if you go for the enterprise edition, there is a lesser licensing fee, which is depend upon the user. and which is also depends upon the apps. And when compared with the other like SAP and Dynamics, the implementation charge and the subscription charge are very low. User friendly. So Odoo have a smooth UI, so which is very user friendly, which will give the best experience to its user. So even like a breadcrumb, this type of options are available. So you can just from any window, you can just go to the another window. For example, if you're in the invoice, you can just go to the customer by clicking on the customer name. You can just go to the customer, and from there you can just find all the sales order or whatever the invoices, all the products which have sold to that particular customer, etc. Navigation. So it is one of the best option which we have, easy navigation. So you can just find if you are in any of the window. For example, let's consider here we are right now in a sales. So if you are in a sales module and you are in any of the apps, you can just easily go to this particular customer, or if you want to go to any other window, you can just go back by using the main menu, etc. Flexibility. As I said in the previously, so can kick off with basic modules and can add new modules if it is required in the future as a business expands. So let us consider your company is like you're just starting your company, and in the initial stage you required only the CRM application or invoicing application, etc., something sales or CRM. So gradually when you required this accounting or when you required e-commerce or any other email marketing, etc., you can just add that into your module. So there is no like locking in or any kind of terms and condition in that one. So whenever required, you can just add the modules whatever you require. But in the case of community, it will be entirely free. But in the case of enterprise, you will be charged based on the application and the users. Then the next thing is easy integration. So Odoo have an inbuilt connector such as DHL, then EC Post, then VoIP, etc. So again, if there is no connector which you are looking for into the inbuiltly available in Odoo, you can just go for any third-party connectors. So already there are 24,000 plus third-party connectors, third-party apps are there, not connectors, apps are there. So in that almost every connectors like WooCommerce connector, Shopify connector, etc., everything is available. So again, that too you have benefit like paid and free. So if you're going for free application, there is no any charge or anything, so you can just use this same apps can be used in enterprise or in community. So there is no limitation on that one, but some applications have some limitations as which will be working only in enterprise or which will be working in only in community. There are not more, but less applications are like that. So the next is, what is Odoo Community? So as you know, Odoo Community is free of cost to use. So you can just easily download and you can just use that one. So recently, most of the business software provides use a cloud-hosted ERP rather than traditionally local-hosted ERP. So here in the case of Odoo also, we have a cloud hosting, that is Odoo Online and Odoo SH, or local hosting. So local hosting comes under like if you are going for a third-party server like Amazon or Google or any other Azure or any other vendor, you can just use that server and you can just host your Odoo. So there is no limitations there also. You can use for community and for enterprise, you can just use the local instance. So here the local instance in terms of Odoo means it will be like which is not hosted in Odoo's platform. So Odoo's platform, we have Odoo Online and Odoo SH. So Odoo SH and Online, we can just host only the Odoo Enterprise edition, but not the community. So the community you can just host in your own server or in your third-party server like Azure, Google or AWS, etc., as mentioned before. So Odoo Community is nothing but is a version which is fully open source, which is released under the LGPL v3 license. and developed and tested by Odoo, and OCA community also have more contribution into it. So the community version, as I said, it is entirely free to use and install the module as per the business requirement. Lots of modules are available that can be installed further as the need changes. The codes are available in the JIT, and you can just use it as you need, and you can just make your own customization, etc. In community version, there are some limitations on normally which we will be getting in the enterprise. So like this functional support, then version update, etc. So we will be discussing this in the difference between this community and enterprise section. So Odoo Enterprise is a little bit different from this Odoo Community. So Odoo Enterprise have many features like unlimited functional support, then extra apps is available, etc. For example, here we can just take an accounting. So when we compare this Odoo Community and Enterprise, in Community we don't have the accounting feature, but at the same time in Enterprise we have an powerful accounting features. Again, if you go to the e-commerce, there also we have many limitations in case of Community, but which is not available, which is already available in the Enterprise edition. There is no limitations there. Again, this community, the Enterprise works on the community platform, where we have one more layer which is covered like apps. So it will give more features to the end users, like mobile compatible or browser compatible, which will be support all type of mobile or mobile browser or any screen browsers. So we will see this detail into here. So again, in Enterprise version, we have a e-signing application, help desk, marketing automation, then quality management for manufacturing sectors, then maintenance, then online appointments, subscriptions, etc. And again, there is a studio is also available in the Enterprise edition, which we can just make use of, like for small customization, etc. And one more main feature is the barcode. So in Community, we don't have any barcode scanning option available, but when we go to the Enterprise edition, we have barcode scanning for the inventory, so which is free of cost. So if you're into the Enterprise edition or Enterprise version, you can have many free applications like this barcode, then mobile apps, etc. So let's see what are the difference between the Odoo Enterprise and Community. So in general, let's discuss about the benefit what the customer gets from Odoo. So normally, if you are subscribed with or if you have purchased a license for Enterprise, you will be getting an unlimited functional support through email, which is available in English and Spanish, and they are adding more languages to that one. So their support agent can just chat with you in Spanish or in some other, there are many limitations, but Odoo is adding more languages into that one. And the next one is version upgrade. So we can just have a free version upgrade. So again, there is no limitation on that one. You can just go to Odoo and you can just use this feature, version upgrade. So if you are in Odoo 12, Odoo will freely upgrade the details to you. So then the hosting. So hosting, we have two options here. That is, if you are in the Enterprise and if you don't want any customization to be done, you can just go with the Odoo Online, where there is no server charges. applicable. So the server is free of cost until and if you do any customization. Again, here too there are many benefits and many positive and many demerits. For example, if you want any customization, it is not possible in Odoo Online. Again, if you want to add any third-party application, it is not possible. But at the same time, if you are ready to follow the process of Odoo, then you can just save at least $50 per month by using this Odoo Online on the server charge. The next thing is the user interface. So you can see on the screen, this is the enterprise version. So this is the main menu here. So in enterprise edition, the user interface desktop, we have desktop version support both in community and enterprise, but in the enterprise you have many features. So this is an enterprise version which you are seeing on the screen. So you can just find all the menus here with a neat and clean design. Again, if you want to search anything, you can just directly search. For example, if you want to create an invoice, so you don't know which area the invoice is available. So what you can do is you can directly start typing here the need what you need. So if you want to create an invoice, you can just type invoice here. So you can just find where all the invoice is available. So accounting customer, this is the menu. So accounting customer invoices, accounting report management invoices. So this is a reporting, and field service all tasks to invoice. So wherever this menu is available, it will be listing out here. Again, if you need accounting, so if you can just start typing, it will be listing out all the options available in the system there. So it is very easy for a user who is just starting with Odoo. So at the same time, the user interface in community, it will be a little bit complicated. Not complicated when compared with other ERP, it is very easy. But the thing is, here if you select the menu, it will be listed here. So you don't have any search options for that one. So again, this is not compatible with the mobile browsers, etc. So this is one of the main user experience what we have in the enterprise. So you can just use that one. So this feature is not available in the enterprise. That is, again, you can just, if you are into the enterprise edition, you can use the mobile version, which is available in iOS and Android stores. So you can just use free of cost that one if you are subscribed to enterprise. But at the same time, if you are in the community edition, it is not possible, and you can just take that in your mobile browser, and that too not compatible for mobile browsers. Some windows or some forms such as like a sales order form or a quotation form, this will be a little bit tough to enter the data. Again, if you use this app, Odoo app for enterprise mobile app, so again, if you want to add any contacts from your mobile to your CRM, you can just add it from a one click. So you can use this type of option if you're using the Odoo Android app or Android iOS app. So again, if I minimize my screen or reduce my screen size, you can just find the screen how it is like. But at the same time, in the community, it is not possible. So the screen will be remains the same. You need to scroll here and there. But at the same time, in the enterprise, it is not required. So again, it is nicely designed, and the look and feel is great when compared with the community edition. So both support the multi-language. So if you want to change the language of your user side, you can just change it from the Odoo My Profile. So you can just change your that is the languages, that is UA languages. This same will be working in community also. You can just change the languages from your profile. So there is no limitation in that one. Then the next main difference of Odoo is the accounting application. So normally every company or every organization who is using an ERP required an accounting. So without accounting, we cannot do anything. So accounting is a backbone of every ERP and every business. So every business you need an accounting. But in the case of if you are into that such a company, then enterprise will be the best option for you, because under enterprise you have an accounting module. So you can find the accounting module. So this is your accounting module. So this is available. You can just find a beautiful dashboard here. Then you can just find the reportings regarding the accountings. So full accounting features is available. Based on your localization, the reports will be changed, and you can just find profit and loss, balance sheet, executive summary, cash flow statement, then AR and AP, partner ledger, etc. Trial balance, tax report, etc. All reports are available in Enterprise Edition. But at the same time, if you go to the community, here we have a problem, because here we have only invoicing module. So you can just find invoicing here. So here we don't have any accounting, but we have only invoicing. So here the difference, you can just find it here. Here we have overview, customer, vendor. So all the customer details, all the vendor details related to accounts, then accounting, journal entry, sales, purchase, etc. Then reporting. But at the same time, if you go here under reporting, you have only invoices and product margin, and then you have the configuration. So you don't have an option for reporting. So again, there are plenty of third-party application available in Odoo App Store, which you can just use it here. But even if we compare with any of the third-party application, there are many limitations there. For example, if you are taking an profit and loss report in Odoo Enterprise, it will be listed nicely. So if you want to go to any particular details of that entity or that components, what you can do is you can just select on that one and you can just move to general ledger, etc. So you can just find what all the sales had happened in that particular account. Again, from here, you can just go to that particular invoice. So from here, you can just go to particular customer. So likewise, you can just move on, keep on going from one menu to another menu, etc. in Enterprise. But at the same time, if you are into the community, so normally you don't have any reporting. So reporting is not possible here. So we have to add any customized report. Again, this customized report will not be perfect like this. So you can just have an Excel report or something like that, or PDF report. Again, if you want to cross check or do any sort of find out any sort of mistakes or is happened, it is not possible there. So it is possible there also, but it is very tough when compared with Enterprise Edition. So here in simple, we can just conclude this one as in Enterprise we have a full accounting feature, but at the same time here we don't have that option. Again, in Enterprise we can just manage asset, then automatic transfers, then budget, etc. This type of thing is not available in Odoo Enterprise because accounting module is not available in Odoo Enterprise. So this accounting feature only be available in the Enterprise Edition. Again, likewise, when you go to the sales management, so under the sales management there is no forecast, so you can just find the menus here. So I'm just selecting the sales. Here too I'm taking the sales. So mostly all the options are similar here, but the thing what we have is like a sales forecast and reporting. This type of things will not be available, but the same was available. We can just bring it by customizing that that module, or we can by adding the free application or paid application which is available in the Odoo App Store. Again, in sales management, normally we have CRM and sales and customer portal or same in Odoo Enterprise and Community, but the VoIP integration is not available in the Community Edition. So if you have a customer, and for example, I'm just selecting this Deco Addict. If you have a customer, you can just call them using a VoIP module integration. So if you have already, it is a paid service, in the enterprise edition. So if you have the functionality, you can just call the customer from here itself. But at the same time, in the enterprise community edition, we don't have a VoIP integration, then e-signature. So normally for every invoices, if the customer required any signing or something like that, they can just use, but this is not available in the enterprise. Again, if we go to the subscription, so we have a subscription module in Odoo Enterprise, which is not available in the Odoo Community. So if you are into a subscription type of business, then best to use the Enterprise edition, because we have already a subscription module here in the Enterprise. But at the same time, if you're using the Community edition, it is not possible for you to do. Then in 13, we Odoo have come up with a new module called rental. So again, here too, you can just find a rental application which can be used to rent your products or services, whatever you are into the field. So based on that, you can just make a order for that one, that is invoices for that particular product for renting that one. So you can just add rental products here. So under product, you have option to add the rental products based on the certain criteria. So you have a rental criteria, so you can just add the rental pricing for that one based on the unit price or days, etc. And like extra hours, days, how much the extra hours should be cost. This type of things can be configured in the enterprise edition, but at the same time, in community, we don't have such options, as community is lacking this rental module. Again, if you are into the enterprise, you have a digital products, then help desk. So you have a help desk module in the enterprise edition, which will be used for raising a ticket if you are into the service industry, and you can just like technical support or any type of support you are just providing to your client or the customer. You can just use this help desk to manage your support team. But at the same time, this is not available in case of enterprise. Sorry, in case of community. So in community, even we have some application, third-party application for managing this type of things, but we will not be able to do this perfections there. So here we have an perfect overview. So total how many tickets, this type of things is available, and the performance of your employee, this type, everything is available in one quick view. But at the same time, even we customize this type of things, it is not it will not be up to this enterprise level in the community. So again, there is one more app which have been introduced in Odoo 13 is the field service. So normally the field service is for the industry who is providing some support, that is on-site support or something like that, or like servicing, etc., servicing industries. So in that case, you can just create an task and you can just manage that their invoicing, etc., here in the field service. But at the same time, field service is not available in Odoo community, so we cannot just use that there. So these are the main things in the sales, under sales applications. Again, if you go to the project management, there we don't have an so task and timesheet is available in both enterprise and community, but the forecast is not available in the community. So you, based on their project, you can just forecast the things there in the enterprise edition, but not available in the community. So then the next major difference will be in the HR module. So again, if you are into the HR, if you want to manage HR, you can just have many application in case of community, which is not available in enterprise. Again, here we can just take an module employee or the app employee. So here also I'm just selecting the employee. So here you can just find the look and feel is almost similar. So there is not much difference between these two modules, but at the same time, the expenses, leaves, recruitment, then payroll, this type of things is available in employee to manage employee in enterprise. But some applications which are missing in enterprise is appraisal. So normally if you are if you go to this HR section, you can just find here in a community like a payroll. You can find the payroll here, where you can just create the employee salary structure and configure the employee salary types, etc., rules, everything here. But this module is not available in the community. So if you are in the community, the payroll module is not there, so it is not possible for you to manage your employee payroll side. But at the same time, there are many third-party applications in Odoo App Store which you can just use for instead of this. Again, there too we have many limitations. So the HR module, the main drawbacks of community is the payroll, then the appraisal. If you are into the enterprise, you can just find an appraisal module for your employee. So you can just create your appraisal and you can just assign to a particular employee and who will be the appraising officer, and his feedbacks and everything can be added here. But this is not available in the Odoo community. So here too in HR section, here too they are lax. So payroll is one of the important thing in the HR side, so which is not available in the community. Again, this payroll is available in Odoo Enterprise Edition. Again, there are many applications which are available free of cost. For example, if you are using the enterprise application, you can use this payroll as free. So payroll, they don't charge anything. For example, you can just find the pricing here. So here you cannot just find any payroll module here because payroll is entirely free for the enterprise user. So Odoo is not charging this payroll module if you are opted for the enterprise edition. So again, there is no payroll module in community. Then we have an employee referral in Odoo Enterprise. So your employee can just refer the friends or any colleagues to your company as to join into your company if there is any vacation. So here we cannot find in a community, we cannot just find that employee referral here. So and this module is entirely based on the enterprise edition. So again, the next thing is the department. So if you go to the employee, you can just set the employee department and you can just have a dashboard of the employee. So for each employee, you can just set their employee department and you can just have a dashboard of that one. At the same time, if you go to the employee here you don't have an employee dashboard. Sorry, not an employee dashboard, a department dashboard, which is available as in enterprise. The next major thing is in inventory. So inventory, as you know, if you are into an trading type of business or product selling company, inventory is one of the important thing because you need to manage your stocks, etc. Here in this case, if you are into this community, you don't have an option for barcode. So you cannot just use the barcode for inventory validation, this type of things. So here you have a inventory module is available in both enterprise and community edition. So it's almost similar. So there is no major changes there. So under reporting, you have the details here, the two available here too. So there is no major changes in that one, but the major change here is you can just find an barcode application. So where you can just go to the barcode application You can scan an operation type, operations, then inventory adjustment, everything you can just select it from here. So again, for each operation there is specific barcode, so which you can set based on the inventory. So under settings, if you go to the settings, you can just print out the operation type barcode. So based on that, you can just scan the thing. So print barcode command. So if you click on that one, you can just find by scanning this first menu, it will be redirecting you to the main menu. Then if you want to validate any of the inventory operation, you can just scan this operation, that is barcode. So it will be validating that particular inventory operations, etc. So this type of things is available in Odoo Enterprise, but the barcode module is not available in Community Edition. Again, this barcode is entirely free for the user of Enterprise. So if you are an Enterprise user, this you get as an add-on. So like the mobile app and this dashboard, department dashboard, this type of things. So you are getting this everything as an add-on features. So then we have some shipping connectors, so which is not available in Odoo Community. I'm just closing this option. So the next thing what we have, the main difference is the shipping connectors. So if you are managing inventory with some third-party shippers, you have shipping connectors here. So you can find here the DHL connector, UPS connector, then Easy Post, etc., FedEx connector, etc. So this all are paid, but this is only available in the Enterprise module. At the same time, if you go to the Community, you could not find that options there. So you have the options there, but it is not possible for you to use. So here itself, you can just use barcode for a barcode scanning operation. This type of thing you need to purchase the Enterprise. Again, this DHL, this type of things you cannot just use in the Enterprise, as you need the in the Community. It is not possible to use connectors in the Community. You need an Enterprise licensing for that one. And the one more thing, what the main difference between this two is the multi-company flow. So multi-company is available in both Enterprise Edition and Community Edition. You can just find all the multi-companies here. The same is available here too. You can just find all the multi-company options here. But one thing is not possible. So if you are into the Enterprise, there is a certain option called Enterprise. There is a multi-company flow. So if you are into the general settings, you can just multi-company. Here you can find intercompany transaction. So how the transaction should be managed. At the same time, here if you go to the settings, general settings, intercompany transaction is not available in the Odoo Community. So what is the main use of this one is like, if you have two branches or two companies who is normally selling product or transferring product between your two companies. For example, my company, let's take the cases here itself. So my company Chicago and my company San Francisco. So if something is sold from my company San Francisco to Chicago, you can just use this option to create an backend sales order. So whenever you configure the synchronized sales purchase order here, we can just apply it on a purchase order or sales order, however we require. So basically what it will be doing is, if you create a sales order in one company and validate that one, normally corresponding to that there is an another purchase order will be created based on that sales order in the another company. So this will be easy for you to manage your stocks and the inventory, etc. So normally the accounting will also be easy. So you can just set a price list for this particular company, and you can just sell your product in cost price or some 5% margin or etc. like that. And you can also create a new journal based on that. You can just filter this type of thing. So this multi-company process is very useful if you have multiple company under one name. Again, this option is not available in case of enterprise. In case of community, but this is available in the enterprise edition. So these are the main changes if you go to the inventory side. So multi-company, it depends upon mostly all the module, but here the main changes is intercompany transaction is not possible in the Odoo community, which is possible in the Odoo Enterprise edition. So again, this is not an paid or feature. So if you are purchasing the inventory app, so then this feature will be available. So the next main changes is the manufacturing. So here, if you will go here, you can just find a manufacturing module. So you can just find the manufacturing module both. So here you can just find what all the dashboard is available here. An overview of all your work centers is available. At the same time, here you cannot just find anything. So you can just find the operations or manufacturing orders, etc. So again, the main differences between this is the PLM. So PLM is not available in Odoo community. Then quality checking, then MRP, master production, not available in the Odoo community, again which is available in the Odoo Enterprise. So again, the both have an maintenance app, so which you can just use. So in manufacturing, you can just find it in this window itself, the difference between this manufacturing. So here you can just create a work order, everything, and planning, everything is available in case of Odoo Enterprise. But at the same time, planning, this type of thing is not available in Odoo community. You can just create a work order, based on that you can just work it, that's it. So you can just create a manufacturing order here, and you can just unbuild the manufacturing order. But at the same time, you can just create a work centers, and you can just find a beautiful dashboard here. Based on dashboard, you can just click on that and you can just plan your order, etc. This type of things is available in Odoo manufacturing module based on the enterprise, but at the same time, it is not available. So the one more main thing is the IoT, Internet of Things. So Internet of Things is a paid module which is available only for the enterprise customers, which is not available in community. So this IoT, that is Internet of Things, can be used for manufacturing and in inventory, etc. For example, if you are into a company where you are creating an invoice and you need that printout in, for example, if you're into an restaurant business, so if you want two type of printout, for customer you need an normal printout, and kitchen print you need. So in this case, the IoT box will be used. So you can just have a multiple printout, and that printout you can just redirect to a particular system or a particular IP, which is based on this IoT box. You can just configure the printer. Again, in the case of manufacturing, the quality check, this type of things, you can just use the IoT. So this IoT box or IoT module is not available in case of community, but the same is available in case of enterprise. Again, if you are subscribing to this enterprise IoT app, you will be getting an IoT box which is entirely free until you cancel the subscription. So for one subscription, one IoT box is entirely free. So Odoo normally sent to your invoicing address or to your shipping address based on your subscription. Then the next thing is the invoices. Sorry, not invoices, website. So if you go to the website, so there is no much differences here. So the enterprise and community website and e-commerce platform are almost similar. So you will not be having much difference there. So the main difference here is the blocks. So normally what you get is, so let us take the website here. So this is your community website dashboard, and this is the enterprise dashboard for your website. So here you can just find almost all options are similar. Then you have a Twitter wall. This type of things will not be available in Odoo Community. Again, the SEO types of things will not be available in Odoo Community. The main difference in case of website is normally if you want to redirect or create a new lead, so there is an call to action block available in the enterprise edition, which is not available in the community edition. So normally what it will be doing, if you click on that one, it will be redirecting you to the call to action button. So this button is not available in the community edition, which is available only in the enterprise. Then again, if you go to the here, as we discussed earlier in the inventory and inventory application, the connectors is not available. So normally if you are using e-commerce with your third party that is delivery team, such as this Amazon or you are using say Amazon or Shopify, this type of things, eBay, something like that, it is not possible for you to connect with community. So it is possible to connect, but by default it is not possible. But here in this case, you can just subscribe to that particular module, such as eBay or Amazon connector, and you can just take the details from that portal using an API. So by default it is available in the enterprise, which is a paid option, but at the same time in the community it is not available. Again, in the normal case, let's come to the sales area. So let's consider the point of sale. So if you using the point of sale, the one main benefit of enterprise and point of sale is the loyalty. So reward points or loyalty. So in the case of a community, you have a loyalty program here, which you can just configure or create based on your loyalty. So here we have multiple options like point per currency. So how much points a customer gets whenever he purchased for a particular amount or this type of things, you can just add it here. So you can just also have a reward when you reach a particular point, this type of things, you can just configure it here. So at the same time, if you go to the point of sale here, so you have the product, you have the customer, so you don't have the loyalty or reward program here. So here you have the loyalty program or reward program, and here we don't have that option. So again, this is one of the main feature normally every company who are into the product selling will be having. So if you are using the point of sale, you normally will be having this reward type of things for your customer, so which can be easily managed in case of your enterprise user. But the same thing is not possible if you are a community user. So the next thing, as we discussed for website, social media marketing is very important. So social media marketing is available. There is social marketing is available in Odoo Enterprise. At the same time, if you are into the community, you cannot find that options here. So this application is only available in Enterprise. So if you are into Enterprise, there is a subscription charge for that social marketing. So if you are subscribed to that one, you can just create your new post or add a stream from your Odoo instance, and you can just connect your social media account here. So you can just find create or connect with your existing LinkedIn social media accounts of your company, and you can just post to your social media from Odoo itself. So you can just create a feed here, add a new post. You can just post where it is required, and you can just add the campaign and this type of things, and you can just post the details. Again, this is not available in the Odoo Community Edition. So you don't have this app there. So if you want this app, you need to purchase or you need to subscribe the Odoo Enterprise. Again, in here you can just create your new post, and you can just post that one, and you can just create a new campaign, and you can just schedule the campaign, and you can just track the campaign details here itself. So based on that, you can just find what all the details that is based on the campaign. For example, if you're having some social media marketing campaign, you can just configure that here, and you can just find how much details and what all the leads have been came from that one, and what are the revenues, this type of things we can just find it here. Again, even we don't need any other application or any other software to manage this type of things. Everything can be managed from Odoo itself. So if you are going looking into the marketing, so SMS marketing is available in both community and enterprise. So in enterprise also, you can just find the SMS marketing. So if you are connected with any of the third party, you can just create that marketing, and you can just manage that one from the Odoo Enterprise or Community Edition. At the same time, marketing automation, which is not available in Odoo Community. So marketing automation is also a part of our marketing campaign. So you can just create a campaign here. So how this should be targeted. For example, if you want to automate email, this type of things, you can just use this marketing automation, and you can just create an email list, and you can just add the existing customer from the contact. So if you want to target any contacts or activity or invoiced customer, etc., this type of things, you can just add it here. There are plenty of filters available. So based on the ID, like so if the particular invoice, the customer invoices amount is more than this type of things, you can just configure it here. Type of conditions, you can just provide it here. Based on that, you can just send an email marketing or SMS marketing, everything. So but at the same time, this is not available in the Community Edition. And the one more main feature here is the lead scoring, which is available in CRM. So if you go to the CRM, so under settings, we have a lead scoring option. So which normally gets the details such as like based on their field used, what we have provided here. So the every leads will be given a score based on this one. So you can just find it is easily that this is an valuable lead or non-valuable lead, etc. So at the same time, this type is thing is not available here in the case of community. So for example, if you go to the My Pipeline, you can just find the lead probability. So leads, so you can just find the details here in the leads. So you can just find 65.62%. So this type of things is not available in the community. That is the lead scoring. Again, email marketing template. So email marketing, you can find an app here. So again, this is connected with the marketing automation module. So marketing automation module is used to automate the process, and here you can just configure the or sort out the details. For example, how many mails have been sent, this type of things, you can just find it here. Based on the stages and mailing list, you can just add it, the mailing list here, or the mailing contact, you can just add this type of things. It is not available in the community. That is the email marketing. So there are many limitations there, such as here we have an create marketing contacts, mailing list. So you can just find an mailing templates here. The same here, if you go here, you have this here, but there is no template which can be used by default. If you are into the enterprise edition, you can just create your own mailing, and you can just select any of the templates which is available here, but at the same time there is no template for here. So you can just find that details. So you can just have a simple template here and a plain text. So if you are into the email marketing, so creating and marketing templates is a little bit complicated. So you need to have certain templates for all your marketing campaigns. So if you are in using an enterprise edition, you can just click any of this particular template, and you can just change the details there. But at the same time, if you are into community, there is no option. You have to create the same. You can just have multiple templates created here and saved it. There is no issue, but there is no already available templates in the email marketing. But at the same time, here it is possible in the case of community. So you can just find the email marketing templates here, and again, whatever you require, you can just add, drag and drop everything. You can just do it here. At the same time, here there is nothing to be done here. Then the next main details or main feature what we are missing in community is the appointment. So when you go to this appointments, you can just find appointment modules here, which is not available in the community edition. So again, what are all the community applications available? You can just click on the apps. So if you are into community, and if you want to know what are all the things available in the community enterprise different from the community, you can find the details here. So if you go to the app store, you can just find an upgrade button. So based on that, you can just find. So timesheet, which is not available in the community. Again, accounting module, as we discussed, not available. Quality is not available. Then PLM is not available. Then MRP. Then the next main feature is the studio. So studio is mainly used to customize some little bit changes in the Odoo instance. So normally by using studio, we can just add some field or something like that. So this application is not, or this app is not available in the case of community. So this is mostly used if you want to add some field in the customer or any of the invoice template or something like that. This type of customization can be done in the Odoo Studio. At the same time, there are many limitations in Odoo Studio, but if you have small limited customization, you can just use the Studio application. At the same time, if you are into the community, it is not possible. Again, help desk, then the appraisal as we discussed, then the subscription, signature. So if you are into enterprise edition, you can just find sign module here. At the same time, this is not available in the enterprise. You can just you can just have your invoice and every document to be signed digitally. So there is no need of your pen and paper here. So you can just create your template and you can just create your own doc here itself, and you can just send to your customer or a contract or a vendor, whoever it is, or the employee, and they can just sign in from their login itself. For example, here this is an employee contract. So you will be having, and once you have set all the details here, you have a sign now option. So if you click on, you can just add what all the details needed. So you have a signature option here, so where the signature is required. So for example, I'm just adding the signature menu here. So what the thing is, you can just send it and sign now. So whenever you send this one, you can just send the employee or the customer name, or you can just keep a CC or anything. Once it is done, you can just make use a sign option from here from your system itself. So there is no need to use a pen and paper and create a file for that one. So you can just manage everything in your Odoo instance, Odoo ERP. So at the same time, here it is not possible as sign is not available. And again, we have already discussed about the VoIP and the appointments. So again, this appointment is, you can just schedule an online appointment. You can just provide in your website an online appointment, so your client or your customer can visit, or the visitor of the website can create an online appointment from there itself and schedule the appointment based on that one. So again, this is not available in the case of community. So that too you have a limitations. Then the marketing automation, so how the marketing should be automated. Then the last option is the Android and iPhone. So as I said, Android and iPhone, the Android and iPhone module will help you to use the application in your iOS or Android phones or the tablets or anything. So this is not applicable in case of community. So someone have already asked me regarding the mobile app available only for enterprise. So yes, it is available only for the enterprise edition. Mobile application is entirely free for the enterprise user, which is not available for the community edition. So community edition, if you are using the community edition, you need to go to the mobile browser and you have to use the mobile browser. At the same time, if you are using the mobile browser, it is very complicated to create a sales order or create a customer if you are in the community. But at the same time, if you are into the enterprise, you are subscribed for the enterprise licensing, then it is very easy to manage that from the browser also. Even though you have the app, you can use also in the browser. And one more thing, if you are using the mobile app, you can just send messages and receive messages from your mobile, Android mobile itself. You can just use this discuss module and you can just send messages to your colleague or create a group or anything. Let me try to answer some of the questions have been asked in the chat. So the second question was, can I do access Odoo module on Android? So Mr. Naufal have asked about, is it possible to use Odoo modules on Android? So it is possible to use Android Odoo module. Any of the module is compatible in Android or in iOS if you are using or subscribed to the enterprise edition. So community edition is lack of that one. So if you are into the enterprise, it is possible. Again, there may be a customized module. For example, if you are creating some customized add-ons or you are adding some third-party application into your Odoo Enterprise, that also normally supports. So 80% of view will be perfect. Maybe there are some compatible issue with some forms, but almost 80+% are compatible. But we cannot give you 100% assurity in that one, but 80% of modules are compatible with the enterprise edition, that is in mobile browser. So these are the major differences here. So if anyone have any questions, they can just ask in the chat. So we will be trying to answer all the questions. And the next topic we are going to move is which edition suits you best. So as we discussed about the difference between the community and enterprise, so if you are into a general trading or a product selling company who need the accounting side of ERP, then there is no rethinking, just to go with the Odoo Enterprise. Again, if you need the timesheet or if you want an unlimited functional support, this type of things only available in the Odoo Enterprise. So if you are into a company who is looking for this type of feature, then you can just go with the Odoo Enterprise. So again, regarding the enterprise licensing, so it depends upon the users. So number of users based on the number of users and number of apps. So at the initial stage, if you require only the CRM, then you can just subscribe for CRM with record users, and later if you want to add the apps like sales, accounting, etc., you can just add whenever it is required. And again, if you want to add the user also, you can just add it there. So one of the viewer have asked, are there big difference between V12 and V13? Some third-party apps are only up to V12. Yeah, to be frank, there are major difference in accounting module. So it's if the third-party application is especially belongs to this module, that is the accounting area or the invoicing area, then there are lots of changes there, because they have lots of changes in accounting module. Then in most of the module there I have added a download button option. This types of things is available in Odoo 13, which is not available in V12. Again, they have also added some new modules like a field service, then rental, etc. And again, they have some major changes. They have taken all the HR module as free in Odoo V13. From 13 version, everything is free. Till that, payroll and this type of thing is paid. So, but if you are an enterprise user, you will be getting this type of modules free of cost. But at the same time, it is not available in Odoo Community also. So, hope this clears your point. That is your questions. So again, when selecting the enterprise and community, you need to check your need. So normally, if you are a startup who are just into this if you are a company who is just entered into this one, and if you want like a CRM application, so if you don't want this enterprise or initially, so if you are into a testing, you want to test the CRM, this type of things, then you can go for the community. Later on, whenever you need this accounting module or this type of features, functional support and mobile application, this type of support, you can just migrate to Odoo Enterprise. So again, here too, Odoo provides an feature, that is, if you are in a community, you can just upgrade to enterprise free of cost. So subscription charge will be available, so migration charge will not be available. So Odoo will help you on this one. If you are in the community edition and if you want to upgrade to enterprise, then you can just have that one. So what the customers get when they go subscribe for this enterprise, and how the pricing for enterprise will be. So let's discuss on this one. So normally the Odoo pricing, you can just, it is based on the country. So you can just go to odoo.com/pricing. So there the pricing is available. So there are again many application is not listed there. So it means it is entirely free to use. So if you are using any of the application, for example, you have subscribed to CRM, then under the employee, that payroll, this type of thing is entirely free. Again, if you are subscribed for inventory module, then barcode is entirely free for you. Then again, if you have subscribed for IoT box, IoT subscription module, if you are subscribed for IoT app, then the IoT box is entirely free. So there is limitation, that is one IoT box per subscription is free. So whenever you are canceling this IoT, that is this subscription, you need to resend it to Odoo. So functional support, what are the functional support they are getting? So if you are into the Odoo Enterprise, so normally, as I said in the starting, the unlimited functional support, which will be, if you have any doubts to creating an invoice, or if you have any issues in Odoo instance, you can just contact with the Odoo team on the support. So you will be having a portal. In that portal, you can just create a task and you can just chat with them. So you will be getting unlimited functional support. So whatever the, if it is an functionality level, they will be giving a unlimited support for you. Again, bug fixing. So if there is any bug in the instance in the enterprise, for enterprise customer, it is entirely free of cost. So Odoo will fix your bugs if there is anything. So normally there will not, rarely there will be having some bugs, as it is a software. So it is entirely free. But at the same time, if you're using community, you cannot just ask with Odoo. So as you don't have any licensing cost or anything, so it entirely depends upon you. So basically, if you don't have an IT team or IT person or IT department in your company, then don't rethink again, just go for the enterprise edition. And also you can just use the Odoo SH server. So everything will be managed by the Odoo. So you don't need a third party to use this thing. So again, one of the user have asked about the accounting module in community. So as we discussed earlier, in community, we don't have an accounting app. So basically you need to stick with the third-party application for that one. So if you're going into community and you need the accounting, then the main features here you will be missing, like asset management, this type of things will be missing in Odoo Community Edition. Again, if you go here, you will be having the main reporting, this type of things will be available, tax report, this type of thing is available here. Again, you can just activate the developer mode and you can just configure the report based on your need. So you can just have a reporting configurations there. So one more user have asked about the version. So what are the limitations in that one? So as Odoo provides you the version upgrades, so for enterprise user, version upgrade is free of cost. So again, there is a small conditions that you must not be used any third-party application. If there is any third-party application, that upgradation, that is a charge is applicable. So normally it will not be done by Odoo. So that particular app should be upgraded by the particular vendor who have provided you that one. So in the case of Odoo default module, the Odoo will give you support. They will migrate from older version to the newest version. So normally the functional support and version upgrade is limited to last 3 versions. So Odoo normally provides support only for last 3 versions. That is, now the current version is Odoo 13. So from 11, 12 and 13, it is possible to migrate. Again, if the 14th version is released, from 12, 13 and 14 will be provided the support, but not the 11. So last 3 versions will be provided by Odoo, and there is no limitations in that one. They will be providing all types of functional support in this. So based on your subscribed or selected app. So whichever the app you have installed or you are paying subscription for that one. And one more thing, the main benefit we can just say is the server. So most of the companies will not be having, as discussed, the technical team or the IT department. So for them, it is a little bit tough to handle a server, this type of things. So in that case, you can just use the Odoo SH. And again, if you are a small company and if you want to use some small application, you can just go with the Odoo Online. So this Odoo Online is the server is entirely free. So only limitations is there is no third-party application is possible. So it is like a SaaS, software as a service. So you cannot just create any customization there, but you can just use the Studio app and you can just do some sort of changes in the forms and you can just add some field, etc. But at the same time, it is not possible for customization. But for startup companies and you just want to try using ERP, you can just go with the Odoo Online. You can just almost save $50 per month based in the server charge, because Odoo is providing the server free of cost. There is no single payment for the server. Odoo server is entirely free if you are using Odoo Online, and there is no customization. So again, there is SH. So again, if you want later after 1 or 2 years, if you want some customization or something like that in the flow, you need some changes, you can just go to Odoo and you can just contact them to change that into Odoo SH, where Odoo SH will be charged, the server will be charged. So this Odoo, you can just change it to Odoo SH instance or to your local instance. So if you have a local instance, you can just use that Odoo Online and you can host that into your Odoo local instance. So your database or anything will not be lost. So you can just use that same in your local instance too. So if you're a startup, you can just use this Odoo Online server. So if you have any sort of questions, you can just ask in the chat related to this webinar. So other webinar, you can just send a mail to odoo@cybrosys.com. So we will be happy to help you on that one. So any technical or functional support, anything, you can just send odoo@cybrosys.com. So our team will be happy to help you on this one. Or you can just contact us in our social media pages also. And we will be uploading this video in our YouTube channel. You can just subscribe our channel and you can just find all our webinars and other functional videos here in our channel. So you can find the details in YouTube channel. So under playlist, you can just find all the webinars and the functional technical videos here. So whatever the doubts you have, you have all the videos here. So if you want more details or anything else, you can just chat with us in our website chat agent through website chat, or you can just send a mail to odoo@cybrosys.com. So all the modules related to sales, manufacturing, everything is available here. Again, if you want our webinar video, you can just find the webinar details here, or you can also check out our website. So under website, you can just find all the details related to blogs, videos, and everything. in our website. So you can just find Odoo books, then slides, videos, etc. And also send your reviews to regarding our webinars. So it will be an improvement for us to in our future webinar. So, and if you are interested in any modules or any features, if you want to know, you can just also send that to our odoo@cyprocess.com. So in our next webinar, we can just include. So our next webinar will be based on the e-commerce. So you can register for that one in our website. So you can, you will not be missing the notification from us. So hope today's webinar you have enjoyed. So if you have any clarification, you can just ask here. If not, you can just send a mail to odoo@cyprocess.com. So thanks for staying with us till the end.
If you are interested in knowing more about this or looking for any Odoo implementation or customization in your business, drop your request to info@cyprocess.com.